Hello, all of you. Good evening to all of you. So, at the very outset, let me congratulate all the toppers who have really made it. I welcome all the toppers, and also I welcome the faculties. I could see Dr. Vijay Williams here, and I could look and see Dr. Muttaya, and welcome all of you. And it's really great to have all of you here today evening. And also let me congratulate all the toppers and the achievers. We have Nikita Goyal, Dr. Akansha Sisodia, Dr. Dipendra Yadav, and Nuhita Sengupta, Lalit Kumar, and Vishnu. So I think we have a lot more to come and join us. As they come, we can get interacting with them. We can start interaction with them. Now let us have an overview of what they want. I mean, we will have shortly, we'll be presenting the data. What are the colleges available last year for what rank, and what are the popular seats taken by. So those we will discuss. Before that, let Dr. Muttaya and Dr. Vijay can address the students before they can greet the students, they can talk to the students, and then we will start the discussion, the counseling. Yeah, we can get started. I call upon Dr. Muttaya to unmute and start talking.
Thank you again, sir, for inviting us for this meeting. I again congratulate all our toppers for all their great efforts. And as I mentioned last time also, it is a new pattern of teaching through online, and they have adapted quite well.
Little be louder. Can you be little be louder?
Hello, am I audible?
Doctor, can you be little be louder?
Hello.
No,
Hello?
Audio is less. Audio is less.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, audible, but volume is low.
Now is it better, sir?
You're audible.
Hello.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, all. Again, congrats to all our toppers. And again, we're very happy with all your results. And this batch is quite special because they had to wait for so long for writing the exam, and with all the COVID things. And last time also I told, like, writing exam with mask and sanitizer and whatnot. So with all the tensions, I think they have done a great job. And I think the best comes out of the pressure in them. So yeah, I'm happy to be here, and like to help whatever now I possible for the students.
Now I move on to Dr. Vijay Williams. You need to unmute your audio. Unmute your audio.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Congratulations to all the toppers. It is an extreme happy moment. And
Audio is not good.
hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
fine.
Yeah. It's indeed a happy moment to be here. We are here to help you out in guiding the future branches, whichever you have already decided. Most probably, most of us would have already decided the branch which we want to choose, and probably you can point your queries here regarding any specific of any specific nature, and we can help you out in that regard. And maybe also you can share with us your experience as well during this process, so that we can improve on during the further courses of our academics as well. So that aspect also you can share, so that it will be helpful during our future courses as well. Is the audio clear, sir?
Now it's okay.
Yeah.
Now it's okay. Now, the participants and the toppers can start asking the questions. You can type in the chat box And for the questions, the faculties could start answering. I will be moderating the session. So you can start typing your questions. Yes. Sir, how is ICH MMC for DM neonatology? Please clarify regarding the bond. And we also waiting for Dr. Senthil, and he will be joining us shortly. And he is a neonatologist. And I mean, before he could come in, I mean, if you could answer this question, if you are comfortable with this question.
I think it would be better if Dr. Senthil joins in, because being a neonatologist, it will be.
So we will answer the question next. Yes. Now, next question is DM in ICH versus DNB in Rainbow, Hyderabad. Which one you will suggest?
Okay, if I could answer this.
Yeah, Dr. Mudaya.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Actually, yeah.
Yes. So, this distinction between DM and DNB is always there, and see, it's very difficult for us to answer. So, on a long
Dr.
run.
Vijay, can you be audible? Vijay, you are not audible. Your volume is less.
1 second, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it audible?
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
Okay, this distinction between DM and DNB SS, okay, it's gradually sort of diminishing with the new onset of NEET. So always this craze for DM is there, but on a long run, see, after you complete 3 years of your course, it actually may not really matter whether you're doing a DM or a DNB super specialization.
So you mean to say there was not much difference between a DNB and a DM?
From the training point of view, sir. Okay. So, but as such, if you see, obviously the DM is recognized as a sort of a higher degree when compared to DM in many. It's just a mindset. But from the training perspective, from a training perspective, I personally don't find any difference between these two. Obviously, Dr. Muthaiah can add on to this.
Yeah, as Dr. Vijay rightly pointed out, see, these days the gap is bridging, the gap is coming down. And also DM from Fernanda, excuse me, there is a lot of background noise. There is a lot of background noise, sir. I think I request all of you to mute. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, your net is unstable. Yeah. Yes,
Hello?
Dr. Muthaiah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, as Dr. Vijay has rightly told, the gap between DM and DNB is slowly coming down, but always there is a craze for DM among students. And finally, it is their preference about the course. If they have seniors in the place. Hello. Hello. Yeah, and actually, it will be better to ask if they have seniors in the same college, regarding the academic exposure as of now, regarding other things like academics, general overall experience, and sometimes even bond matters. In some institutes, there are bond, so they have to be careful while choosing that, especially if they are from a different state. In that case, DNB would be better, and especially if DNB between Fernandez Hospital or Rainbow Hyderabad, and in fact, they are quite good. DNB neonatology, these places. And equally, DM from ICH is also good, but these private hospitals usually have a better infrastructure, and if academics is good, I think, and it depends on whether bond is there and all, they can opt for the either one is good actually, and it's always better to ask their seniors if they have if they have been trained at those places, so that will be helpful actually. inquire about individual institutions, because some DNB institutions are quite good, but some places are really new places, and the academics may not be good, exposure may not be adequate compared to a DM place. So these two institutes like Rainbow and Fernandez in Hyderabad, they are quite good. Both are high load centers. So doing DNB neonatology from there should not be creating a major difference for them, or a DM from ICH. It's mostly the same.
Let me add one more point from a very practical perspective. So if you have decided whether to go for a corporate or whether to settle in an institute, so that is very important. So if you are deciding to go for a, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you're deciding to go for a corporate setup, start your own center, this difference doesn't matter. If you're deciding for an institute or a research-based setup, majority of institutes now have started preferring DM as a mandatory degree for inclusion, as in whether you're getting into an AP or as an associate. So if a student has decided their career perspective into these two different domains, I've seen both the domains, so it's completely different. So please decide. So whether you're going into an institute-based setup, it's quite difficult to decide now. But if you are in a doubt, then I would advise you to go for a DM rather than for a DNB.
Yeah, exactly.
I welcome
Very
Senthil
relevant.
Kumar, neonatologist. Yes. Hello. Your audio. Unmute the audio. Sir, you need to unmute the audio. Your audio is not clear. Unmute.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Senthil from Coimbatore. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Am I fine?
Please go ahead.
Fine. Now the debate is between DNB and DM neonatology. Yes. To me, actually, when I took my class in speed super specialty class, even our friends has asked this question, sir, what should I prefer? Should I prefer DNB or DM? Just the same thing which we are discussing. I have told them, what you want to become. If you want to become a researcher, you want to go further, you want to do research along with your practice, go ahead, try to choose your DM. If you want to do practice, sir, I want pure clear-cut practice, I don't want any research, okay, get a DNB done, yes, you can do it. This is what I suggested, and as NEET has come, really, yes, I accept DNB and DM, there is not that much difference now. Previously, there was a stigma, but that stigma has now vanished. So it's very clear, if you want to do research hand in hand, because I need to teach UG students, PG students. This is what's actually I like to do that. So I would like to get associated with an institute. So that was my dream. So I did my DM. So if you have any research interest and more of teaching, see, whatever it may be, even it is a high load center, when you go to a corporate, when you are started with more works, you are this academic, you may have a plus minus. But in ICH, when we were doing, so there were no compromise in academics. And the fixed time 9 to 10, there should be academics, whatever busy the ward may be. MD PGs will take care like that. So there is a bit edge, it's there. We should agree that. But overall, if you want to practice alone, go for DNB. If you have research options along with teaching, I would like to suggest DM.
Great. And I think we can quickly look onto the chat, and whatever the question appropriate to the respective faculties can start answering. Kindly look into the chat. So what are the questions appropriate to you? The questions you can take and start answering to the toppers.
Hello.
It's a career prospects for pediatric hepatology from ILBS.
Okay, if I can answer this question from Dr. Lalit.
Yes.
Okay. ILBS pediatric hepatology has a great demand among many clinicians. There are hardly few centers even in Chennai, even in Tamil Nadu, which do transplants and major what to say advanced diagnostics on especially related to hepatology. Even in South India, where there are very good centers. So from a scope perspective, this has a very good scope. But just as a caution, the same point which I mentioned holds true as a adverse point as well. The thing is that not many centers are still equipped enough to have a good liver transplant or a good diagnostic setup. So it will be your responsibility to go and establish such a setup, especially if there are a lot of scopes in institute, but there are difficulties in getting into the institute with a pediatric hepatology degree because the seats are limited. There are lots of corporates who want pediatric hepatologists. There's a in Chennai. I'm sure there must be only 4 or 5 pediatric hepatologists maximum. So being in a place where a lot of liver transplants happen, I personally feel that there is a big need for pediatric hepatology. But at present, maybe for the next 5 to 10 years, you may need to settle in a corporate based area and you may need to develop this in your own corporate setup. But there is very good scope for hepatology.
Okay, now we have one of our academic coordinator, Dr. Kantamani Teja, and he will present a small presentation that will say what went for last year, what are the colleges, institutions have been taken with the previous year data. So he will present the data, and based on the data, we will take up more questions. Dr. Teja, you can go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Coming to neonatology branch, these are the list of colleges which are taken in the order by different rankers last year. So in the first position is Lady Hardinburg Medical College, Delhi. Next, second is Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, Delhi. Next, followed by Maulana Azad, Delhi. Next, SGPJ Lucknow. Then IPGMR Kolkata. Then St. John's Bangalore. Then Government Medical College Tirunanthapuram. Then CHGS Medical College Mumbai. Followed by Government Medical College Chandigarh, followed by Osmania Hyderabad, CMC Vellore, Madras Medical College Chennai. And there are many others in Tamil Nadu, but because of bond, the rankers didn't select it the first go. There are many other good colleges definitely in Tamil Nadu, apart from Madras, but these are in the order which I have presented. And coming to DNB Neonatology, it is Fernandez Hospital Hyderabad, KEM Mumbai, Gangaram Delhi, Rainbow Hyderabad, Manipal Bangalore, and again by Wadia Hospital for Children in Mumbai. This is about neonatology course, and I request respective faculty to speak regarding the scope of this course and criteria to select a seat for this.
Yes. Now the floor is open to Dr. Senthil for take-up questions on regarding neonatology and where to choose. And we have from the top ranker, from the first ranker, almost all the rankers are here today. And I also look into Dr. Vishnu, who scored first rank in pediatrics. And he is also here. I congratulate him, and also all the other toppers who are here. I congratulate all of you. And all the faculties will also be very happy to look into all the toppers being here. Congratulations to everyone. Now we will take up questions regarding neonatology. Come on, whatever the questions you have now, you can post the questions or you can unmute the audio and ask us.
Sir, shall I?
Yes.
Hello, sir, shall I?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. See, whatever DM neonatology from this list, the first slide, it has been shown. I don't think this order, yeah, all these colleges has a good quality work, and all these colleges have a very good quality work and quantity. Both they have. That's for sure. And see, if you don't want to compromise, if you are able to travel and if you are fine in traveling For example, we Tamilians, we used to stick to our state itself. But if you have courage to go out, what I would advise for my Tamilian friends and South Indian friends is go out there, study there. Definitely you will learn few things new. Definitely not only your subject, you will learn some other few things along with your subject. That would be my advice. And regarding this, yes, there may be minor difference year to year. It may change, and there will be a lot of differences. But overall, if you give, I don't think there is that much difference. Yes, doing in an institute definitely has an edge. It's there. I agree. Number two, regarding quantity and quality of work, you will have almost in all these institutes, you will be equally weighed. It's there. But my advice would be go to other state and you can try to learn their culture and try to learn something new instead of staying there inside the state itself. Right. Now I would like to address the questions anyway.
Later all, you can post questions. Anything that regards to neonatology, you can start posting it.
Regarding bond in Tamil Nadu, whether it is strictly followed, which we don't know. They may even pass an order tomorrow that everyone should join. So we cannot tell anything about that. I think who has asked this question?
So I think we can go next to pulmonology. Dr. Teja, let us go through pulmonology. Present the institutions for pulmonology. Is he here?
Yes, sir, I'm here. It's just a minute.
By the time you can load the slides, I think we can take some more questions. What are the questions you want to ask? You can ask. I think the question is talked to Senthil, and there is a question. The question is, sir, Gangaram Neonatology versus ITMC Mumbai, your opinion, to Dr. Senthil.
Gangaram Neonatology versus ITMC. Where you reside? That's what matters. Where do you want to do?
And Sayan.
See, sir, actually, over it may be this Sion hospital, no? This Sion is known for establishing world's, even Asia's, South Asia's first human milk bank. They are forerunners, actually. They are running this course, that is fellowship even, long way. But see, this Gangaram, about quality and they may do extensive work. And Sion, I don't think so. It is a public one. It is a private sector. It's a public sector. You will have the difference. High-end machines, high-end invasive monitoring, all those stuff may be bit less than Gangaram, but academically both will be. Yeah, I feel Sion may be having an edge. That's what my feeling.
So your first option, you will go for Sion Mumbai.
Yeah.
Okay, that answers the question. Now, yes, now we can go to the pulmonology and look into the isolation pulmonology. Yes, go ahead, Dr. Teja.
Coming to pulmonary medicine, these are the list of top pulmonary colleges which are taken by rankers. In the choice, it is Vardhaman Mahavir College, Safdarjung, New Delhi, and second is PGISM Rohtak. Government Medical College, Kozhikode, and CMC Vellore, St. John's, Bangalore, Vallabhbhai Patel Chest Institute, Delhi, ESI Hospital, Basai Darapur, Amrita Kochi, Amla Institute, Thrissur. Hello?
Yeah.
These are the institutes, sir.
DNB?
DNB nahi, sir.
Unfortunately,
They don't have. Hello? Someone?
हमारा मेल आईडी है तो हमको मेल भी क्या करोगे?
Hello?
Yes, over to Dr. Vijay Williams.
नहीं हमको जो हम अपना मेल देते हैं ना, अभी HR से आलतू फालतू मेल आता रहता है ना ये।
I think the participant should mute.
Yeah, I request the studio to mute the participants for a while so that the faculties can discuss.
Yeah, fine. So, see, unfortunately, we don't have DM pediatric or DNB pediatric pulmonology and in this NEET. So we have only DM pediatric pulmonology and critical care. That is also not a part of NEET. That is going to be a part of AIMS as well as PGI exams. So we don't have DNB SS for pediatric pulmonology. Of course, what I think Teja has highlighted is for adult pulmonology,
Yes,
DM
true, sir. True.
adult pulmonology. So as far as what I can suggest in pediatric pulmonology, if you are interested, so at present PGI has an exclusive 2 seats which are pediatric for pediatric pulmonology, and AIMS has it varies, usually 2 to 3 seats per year, which is pulmonology and critical care. So I'm not sure whether they are going to bring in pediatric pulmonology in the next session or not. But this is the current scenario in pediatric pulmonology.
Okay, can we take up questions? Based on pulmonology, anyone has a question on pulmonology? Okay, if there are no questions, I think we can move on to the next specialty. Please go ahead.
Coming to DM pediatric cardiology, it is first hospital is Narayana Subspecialty Hospital, Bangalore, followed by Apollo Chennai, followed by Amrita Kochi, and Madras Medical College Chennai, Star Hospital Hyderabad, and Kokila by Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital Mumbai, and Medanta Gurgaon. These are the colleges, sir. And again, this is the DM pediatric cardiology, sir. They don't have DNBSS for this. So
You can finish. So go. You can go ahead. Dr. Teja, kindly go ahead.
okay. Coming to pediatric hepatology, the best institute is Vasanta Kanch Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences. Pediatric nephrology, St. John's. Pediatric cardiology, SGPJ Lucknow. And pediatric oncology, Tata, Kidwai, and Regional Cancer Center, Trivandrum. Coming to again another course,
Yes.
pediatric ICU care, that is critical care, Gangaram, New Delhi, Apollo Chennai, Indraprastha Apollo Delhi, Kanchi Kamakoti Child's Trust Hospital Chennai. This is also a best institute. Mehta's Multispecialty Hospital Chennai, Artemis Health Institute Gurgaon, Surya Children's Medicare Mumbai, Narayana Hrudayalaya Bangalore, St. John's Hospital Bangalore. Complete. These are the list of colleges.
Okay. So the list of colleges has been completed. Now we will take up the questions from the participants and the toppers, and to answer to the specific questions. Are there any questions? I think we are not getting any questions. I think the faculties, each and every faculty can take a final note and whatever you want to tell them, so that that will be a take home for them. Now we got a question. Sir, there are only 2 seats for DM pediatric cardiology. Which institute to prefer for DNB SS pediatric cardiology?
Sir. Can I take this question, sir? Yeah.
Yes,
actually, the order is quite, and this is actually DNB pediatric cardiology. The heading there, it's not DM. DM is there only in Amrita. Actually, Amrita and one more institute. Narayana Hridayalaya also, I think it is DNB. It is DNB pediatric cardiology. Amrita alone has DM pediatric cardiology in this list. AIMS has, but it's a separate exam in All India Institute, AIMS, New Delhi. So Narayana is actually DNB. So in this order, I think Narayana Hridayalaya will be the best for DN pediatric cardiology. Followed by, other options are all good. Actually, for choosing cardiology, it will be better if there is a intervention backup along with a good, CTVS, pediatric CTVS backup. So that will give you an overall, outlook. Because I think in the list, I think BJ Wadia Children's Hospital is missing, where also there is a DNB pediatric cardiology. Almost all these institutes have CTVS backup, so that is good. Because the pre-op echo, post-op echo, the cardiac CT, cardiac MRI, everything matters when you evaluate a child, for especially mostly because it's congenital heart disease and structural heart disease related. So most of these centers have, and Narayan Hridayalaya is the best among the list, followed by I think Triple M Hospital in Chennai is good, followed by Mumbai, Kokilaben, followed by Medanta. The problem with the Star Hospital is the chief pediatric cardiologist Dr. Nageshwar Rao has moved to Rainbow Children. So I'm not sure how the program is running there now. So, and Apollo Children's is also good in Chennai. They have both pre-op as well as post-op, but just the caseload might be slightly less. So I think this is the order which I would prefer. Narayana first, followed by Triple M Chennai, followed by I think Kokilaben Mumbai, then Apollo, Medanta, all these things are good. And Amrita Institute is actually a DM pediatric cardiology. The fee structure is slightly different. You may have to inquire that.
Yes.
Actually, I think in pediatric cardiology there are no much DMs as of now, and I think Amrita Institute is an excellent place. So doing DM from there is very good if you get the opportunity. Dr. Krishna Kumar is there. He is very good actually, and the center has a very high load. They do everything, interventions. They have everything actually, and there is good hands-on training also. Another important thing is the intervention hands-on. I think except Narayana and Triple M, other places you may not be getting a lot of at least even few interventions during the DNB course. So you may have to stay back for intervention cardiology fellowship or something like that. But if you want to practice in a tier 2 city, maybe just do some evaluation echo, I think then I think all the centers are good enough. Yeah. But again, the competition from adult cardiologists will be quite high in all these specialties, because I think, but with the time, I think pediatric cardiology will grow in India too.
I agree with that point regarding intervention, because Amrita, I know, is a very good center. Many of my friends are there who are practicing, and the same complaint which I quite often get from them is, despite being in a good center with a great caseload, intervention is still lacking because they have separate 2-year intervention programs, intervention cardiology programs. So most often they are getting involved. But as such, for a learning pediatric cardiology, it is one of the best centers. Narayana is equally good.
We have a next question on Dr. Lalit Kumar has asked. I'm a bit confused between the pediatric hepatology and neonatology. I live in Delhi itself.
It's up to him to decide. Totally, it's entirely different field, hepatology and neonatology. What's your charm, man? You should look into it. What do you like? If you love newborns, then it's good. Definitely, you will have an edge. But see, whatever hepatology you need to establish. Neonatology, it's already an established field, which if you show some results, you will get established. But it may take time, but you will get established. If you ask me, I will ask you to go for neonatology. Sure, for sure.
Sir, his confusion is, for example, pediatric hepatology is a rare course. Few only come out, and neonatologists every year they come out in a good number. So his confusion is whether to take that course which is rare opted.
Yes, sir. Sir, after post DM, we have our center is one of the biggest center, one of the biggest center in neonatology unit. Our unit in Tamil Nadu. Actually, we have 100 IPs at any point of time. See, it's about 7 years now after finishing my DM. Regarding hepatology, primary hepatology, okay, let it be pediatrics and let it be newborn including, less than 5%. He may be kingmaker, but for him, see, most of the mild jaundice and all those stuffs will be handled by pediatricians itself. That's for true. For neonates, see, it's going to, see, nowadays we are sitting in an era of infertility. Anyway, you will get more immature babies and you will have a chance. If you ask me, I will ask. him to go for neonatology. Yes, see, from his post-graduation or undergraduation, if he has a like for liver, then he can go for a cent. But if he finishes his hepatology, he has only one choice. He should get associated with a corporate. He have no other choice. Only if he asks, sir, I would like to go and join a corporate, then it's okay, man. Join and do it. Definitely, you can make a difference if you like. That's it.
Very nicely put by Sindhil sir. You have to decide. This is a completely diametrically opposite field which you are asking. you should choose, because see, you can establish neonatology anywhere you want, like Sindhil sir had pointed. But for pediatric hepatology, you need to have a surgical setup. You need to have a good surgeon who is trained, and all the other paraphernalia, ICU's backup, and finally you should have your patient who is supposed to come to you. Okay, which is relatively difficult, I would say, at the present moment, because let's see, the common thing which a pediatric hepatologist is going to handle at least 5 to 10 years ahead of your course is liver transplant, which is going to become very common in our setup. It's going to become like liver transplant. But even for that, at the present moment, it is going to take 20 to 25 lakhs for a liver transplant to happen. So whether your patient is going to come to you and whether you're going to give a successful result, yes, that everything is, we cannot really tell whether it is going to happen or not. So neonatology is an evergreen field. So you have to decide that whether you want to choose the rare path or the common one.
Yeah, exactly. The interest, it's basically interest oriented. So if you're interested, then only you have to go for hepatology, because it's as all Dr. Sindhil, Dr. Vijay have pointed out, this is a completely rare path. It requires further training also maybe. Your ILBS training alone may not be sufficient at the present moment, when you have to compete with all these giant people who are sitting around you, and they are authorities actually. So it may be a difficult path, but neonatology may be much more easier and time tested. But again, there you have competition. So it is up to you to decide whether you want to choose these rare specialties, whether it is pediatric hepatology, pediatric nephrology even. There are so many nephrologists, but still there is a lot of, it's a rarity. Even in big cities, we don't have very good pediatric nephrologists. So all these specialties, I think if you have interest, and then only you should do it, because you have to be associated with mostly with the corporate setup. Yeah, some like pediatric nephrology, you can be associated with teaching institutes also, but it's always better to be associated with a transplant oriented setup, because that's going to be the future, and that's where you will find your passion also. After doing DM in such a such a specialty, it's always better to be attached with a transplant setup, especially when you're doing these specialties.
Okay. So any more questions from the toppers? I think almost they are done. Sir, how is Kidwai and Regional Cancer Center Trivandrum Oncology? Next question.
Actually, I'm not very sure. Yeah, but actually RCC Trivandrum scores slightly better, I think, compared to Kidwai. Kidwai, the load is predominantly solid tumors, and they do more of adult medical oncology. Pediatric is slightly better in RCC Trivandrum, but I'm not sure. This is from my one of my friend who is doing DM in RCC Trivandrum.
Yeah, I am also not very sure, sir. One of my colleague is doing in Kidwai. Almost, I think she has completed. So I also feel RCC is slightly better than Kidwai. But Nikita has to decide where she wants to go exactly. Both the centers have very good names. So when you come out, I don't think there's going to be any difference in recognition, whether you're from Kidwai or RCC. But I feel RCC will have a better caseload when compared to Kidwai.
Any more questions? we couldn't see any more questions coming up. I think we are time to conclude. But before I conclude, what I want to convey is this kind of ranks that have been seen or not very frequently, because from first rank to almost overall rank, there is a huge performance status by the students who appeared for this exam. What I can tell you is they are more enthusiastic, eager, hardworking, focused onto the course and onto the exams. And I really need to congratulate the kind of response they had, the response they could give, and their orientation and focus. I think with the dedicated efforts and the contribution from all the faculty members together made a huge difference in the outcome of the results. So I need to really congratulate both the toppers and the faculties for doing a wonderful job, and it made all their efforts and collective efforts to be a successful efforts. That's what is more important, and it gives a lot of happiness at the end of the day to see a successful students going on to the next phase of life and the career, and that gives a lot of satisfaction and happiness as faculties. And with this, I will give a final note to all the faculties to conclude, and then we'll conclude the session. First, you go to Vijay Williams.
I think sir has summarized well. Wherever you go, what I felt in my DM and when I see other DNBs as well, is that be it whichever branch you choose, you have to decide that it's your it's going to be your life for the next how many years we are going to live. So 3 years you have to put in your hard work and try to learn how much ever possible, whether it is DM or DNB, doesn't really matter, because finally it's your patient who is going to be benefited, and obviously if they are benefited, we will also be benefited. So I really congratulate all the toppers, and wherever you go, best of luck to all of you to perform very well in your courses.
And over to Dr. Muthaiah. So final concluding note.
Yeah, same actually. Yeah. So I'd again like to congratulate. So this is just again a new beginning, and I again want all of you pediatricians to stay in pediatrics, and because there is a lot of lacunae in all the super specialties actually, and we are in great need for all these super specialties. And I'm sure when, as all of you have pointed out, when we are passionate about something and if we put our heart and soul into it, we are definitely going to excel. And wherever I think all the children are going to be benefited. Now, in many places in India, I think mostly the super specialties are adults, and I have seen they are all little bit kind of mismanaged or undermanaged or overmanaged. So I think if pediatricians take over the game of even the subspecialties, I think there will be a lot of improvement in outcomes. So that is the most important thing I wanted to say. And I think you put again next 3 years into your course, and I think I'm sure that you will be doing great. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
And to Dr. Senthil.
Yes.
Final concluding note.
Yes, sir. DM is nothing but knowing everything about something. This is what we should know everything about something, right? So treatment part and all those steps, backup, workup, everything. When you are there in the ward for 3 years, definitely you will learn. You are supposed to learn, definitely you will learn. That's there. But my personal request would be, don't stay with a single patient. Please take research hand in hand. Even if you are doing a private practice, please do some research hand in hand. Please, without DM, without doing concurrent research, nothing. See, don't be a protocol follower. It is a protocols are foolproofs. Just break the rules. Here, DM neonatology with background, you break the rules. That's what I would suppose to suggest. Without research, super specialization, I don't think so. That makes a big difference between MD and yours. That would be the thing. And I would like, on behalf of Speed and from myself, I would like to congratulate all the aspirants and teacher Vinayak sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to all of you, and have a great career ahead. And we wish, on behalf of Speed and all faculties, all the best to the next phase of life. Go ahead and start reading and finish, and come again join as a faculty in Speed. Yes, and start teaching more students. And always, this is a platform for all of you to come and contribute and to teach and to upgrade the next level of juniors to go on to the next stage of life. So this I've been doing for 20 years. I think we'll keep continue to do another for 20 years. Yes, God willing. God bless all of you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Anand. Thank you very much for joining.